Beautiful overhead shot of the field as it comes through the third and fourth turns here. These Goody's Dash cars set to go racing on the 2.5-mile tri-oval at Daytona. The banking 31 degrees in the corners where the cars are right now. They come down to 6 degrees of banking on the straightaway, the back straightaway. The tri-oval here in front of the main grandstand is banked at 18 degrees. We've got 3 onboard cameras for you today.
Christian Elder, the great clips for hair. Shannon Bryant had the Goody's Dash onboard camera, and her pole sitter Ricky Bryant, the Washington Apples onboard camera.
Rather cloudy day here at Daytona. Good racing conditions. It's rather warm. There isn't much of a breeze, a little bit blowing down the backstretch. The pace car pulls off the track, and already the drivers are trying to position themselves for a good start. The accelerators go to the floor, and the Discount Auto Parts 200 is underway at Daytona.
Ricky Bryant, the white car pole sitter, has a couple of car length advantage. Robert Huffman, the yellow car on the inside, defending series champion. Randy Humphrey and the 77 car on the outside. These are team cars. So they should try to hook up and draft, but look at Randy Humphrey go, pulls away from his teammate of Johnny Chapman in the 77.
On board with Shannon Bryant now, running back in 4th position. They come through the east end of the Speedway banking for the first time and on to the tri-oval. Ricky Bryant is going to lead him down to complete lap number 1. Shannon Bryant in 3rd alongside Robert Huffman as they we have that's Shannon Bryant. Let's hope he doesn't get up into the
he did.
And we have a melee over in turn number 2.
Huge crash.
Looks like that Shannon Bryant might have gotten down on the apron of the racetrack, and when you get those left side tires down there on that flat part, you lose control, and that's exactly what happened. Let's hope that nobody is hurt. Shannon is disgustedly taking off the gloves and will be climbing out of his car. Obviously okay. But this involved many cars. There's the 84 of 64, I'm sorry, of Jake Hopgood.
Yes.
The 66 car of Mike Gaines also down there at the bottom of the racetrack.
And Scott Weaver, who had that terrible crash here at Daytona last year in the 2 car, has some damage to the right front. The 92 Jimmy Britz.
There's a 56 of Brandon Ward.
Man, oh man.
He started back in 35th position. The accident happened up at the front of the field, but several escaped through it before those running at the back of the field became involved.
See, the Shannon Bryant is going around, and back across the racetrack he goes. Boom! Right there, right in the back. And then there's just no place to go. At 160 miles per hour, you just can't stop because you say, I want to stop.
Here it is from the overhead angle. Now watch that blue car battling for 3rd position. Might have been some contact there with
there was
Chapman.
Contact with, I think, Randy Humphrey was running in the 2nd spot. I think Humphrey got down in 1 and decided to go on the bottom of the racetrack, and Shannon Bryant was there and had to run on the apron to avoid Humphrey. Man.
Just like ping pong balls. I
thought he had made it through. Talking about the red car.
Well, we do have apparently a driver lying on the racetrack, the driver of the 31 car, Zach Brewer, 30-year-old driver who finished 6th in the 1999 Goody's Dash Series points.
Zach is a winner last year on the Goody's Dash Series.
Won at Bristol, as a matter of fact.
Now watch Randy Humphrey, the 93, come down the racetrack. See, there was some contact, but he forced Bryant down on the apron of the racetrack. And once again, folks, that's why we'll watch this replay once again. There we see the contact, just brief contact, but enough to get Bryant on the apron of the racetrack. And when you're trying to run on 31 degrees banking, the apron of the racetrack, it just will not handle down there. Jerry Punch?
And Benny, exactly as you were saying, I'm in the Shannon Bryant pit, and a moment ago his crew members and crew chief told me that as the accident was taking place, Shannon cued the radio and said, he came down on me, he came down on me. So obviously he was telling them as it was happening, he saw the car come down and make contact. So they know what happened. They just haven't been able to hear back from Shannon since the accident. Bill Weber?
Well, Scott Weaver's here on pit road, and he's got a lot of company. He's got substantial damage to the right front quarter of his car, including the upper control arm. So he has shut the engine off. He sits in the car. They're going to try and get this fixed, but they're going to lay out their tools as quickly as possible. They're expecting a red flag to come out here, so obviously they'll have to stop work on the car then. But he's got significant damage along with several other cars here along pit road, including Doc Brewer.
There was a significant amount of debris, of course, over in the turn 1 and 2 area, so it is going to take quite a while to clean this accident up, and so the red flag has come out. This is the incident that has caused the red flag and a stoppage after just one lap in the Goody's Dash race. Back at Daytona, where the debris has been cleared from the huge crash we had on the second lap, causing a red flag, we're now going to go back to racing here in less than one lap. Let's take a look again at the incident that occurred at the front of the field.
There we see Shannon Bryant, the 8 car. He goes down and just makes slight contact with Randy Humphrey, but I think that when he made contact with the right front, that it's kind of jerked the car to the left. Now watch the 06. That's Angie Wilson. She makes some contact, almost gets sandwiched between 2 cars, spins around, gets the car going in the right direction, puts it in gear, and drives away.
Nice job of driving, but in her rear view mirror there was all kinds of things going on. Let's take a look at it again. There's the initial contact that sent Shannon Bryant to the apron of the track and then back up onto the track, and that's where the problem started.
Here comes Trav Cruz in the 81 car and just pile drive the Shannon Bryant car right in the rear. And that's, man, these rubber gas tanks are the greatest thing ever put in a race car. Otherwise, if these tanks were made out of metal, just think the fuel would be laying on the racetrack.
From Christian Elder's onboard camera, he's going to be pretty lucky in this.
Yes, he is. Now he has Angie Wilson to the outside. We don't see that, but he almost makes contact with Angie. Oh. Now listen to this. Listen to this when he goes back up the racetrack. It didn't sound as bad as it looked, I'll tell you that, because it was violent looking. Now what concerns me, Angie Wilson, we saw her spin, and there is Zach Brewer, the 31 car, Old Milwaukee car, made some contact with the right front up in turns 1 and 2, some heavy contact. We see him going to the care center.